Hey, fellow babies, welcome to the show. Kamala Harris once called a great excuse to get drunk and naked. It's PubChat. How y'all doing?
Like that dirty bitch ever needs an excuse. You should sign up to her OnlyFans account. It's brilliant.
Yeah. I think you buy 6 months, you get the 7th month free. It was a great deal.
She calls it like a donation drive for her campaign, but I don't think it goes to the campaign at all. I think it goes into her pocket.
Yeah, what she doesn't wear on the show. So
what she doesn't wear on the show. Well, she has a e-pocket. She doesn't stuff the cash there because that would just be unsightly.
So what's everybody thinking out there? How y'all doing? I guess big news would be Ukraine and the submarine, right? They took out a sub.
Yeah.
You know, that's a picture of it or one of them right there or whatever. But they say it attacked and destroyed the submarine while it was anchored in Crimea there. It's one of those Rostov-on-Don, a Kilo class attack submarine, 2014. And it was reportedly one of 4 submarines operated by the Blackfeet capable of launching the Caliber cruise missiles. So one down, you know.
Yeah, that ocean floor must be just littered with Russian debris at the minute.
Oh, yeah. Mm. You know, that'd be great opportunity for coral reef coming up.
Mm.
Yeah. But that's great news because, I mean, you know, if that's one of the 4, right, you got to have them reloaded and resupplied and everything. So now the rotation should be harder.
Well, I mean, if it's anything like the British Navy, you can only ever send one out at a time anyway, because they all share the same periscope. Which is a story is true.
Really?
A friend of mine was in the Navy, and it was saying we got 3 nuclear submarines, but we only got 1 periscope between them.
Wow!
So every time one comes in, the periscope has to come out and go into the other one, so it can go out.
Oh, in Canada, the guys running in our submarines are just like periscope. Wow, you're lucky. So.
Yeah, you just got like a barrel with some bags of sand in it.
Yeah, they stick dude in a bag and just put his head up. What do you see, man? Yeah, I don't think we're one of the most powerful navies, to say the least. So No.
Well, you're not most powerful or anything, really, are you?
No. We probably have some of the most powerful weed.
Weaponize it.
Yeah. And if you took a whole bunch of our fishermen and armed them and sent them out to go kick some ass, they would do really well. They're a tough bunch, man. So
yeah. You could send the French Canadians out just to annoy people.
You go talk to them and confuse them, and the other guys will sneak around the back
with the weed.
Yeah.
I know. We'll get the enemy stoned so they can't fight.
There you go. Yeah. That's a great idea. Why fight when we can get high, man?
Yeah. Let's make love. Hang on a minute, soldier. Not so fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Buy me dinner first.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to treat me right before that.
Oh dear.
We were talking just before we went live about some of the super old video games, but they weren't really video games. They were mechanical. Like there was a car racing one, and it had like a strip of film with a track, and it would slowly rotate in the machine, and you'd be driving, and there was Blip, where it was like table tennis and the ball would go back and forth, but they weren't digital. They were full of like gears and stuff. You remember those games?
I think I've seen a video about Blip.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Yeah. You know, the way it works is pretty neat. There was a few others like that.
At the same time.
Yeah. You know, but it was amazing. Like coming up with that instead of just like engineering a simple circuit board for a system on a chip or whatever to make some little thing, like making all the gears and everything. That was kind of more interesting,
It was like magic. I remember an arcade in, I think it was in Aberdeen. It must have been Aberdeen because we're always going up there. And they had like a flight simulator thing. And it was literally like a canvas on a roller, but with terrain and trees and everything. Just it's like a miniature model, sort of like scrolling across, and you basically had to fly your plane through it. And it's like firing at targets, and you fire at something, and a little red light will go.
Yeah,
that was exciting.
That's funny. Yeah, I remember something similar to that as well. Oh, we got a couple of pre-show shout-outs and whatnot to do here. So,
better get on it.
Yeah, LWD Farm came in with a message there. I'm here for some reason. And then LWD, excuse me, gifted out a membership. Yeah, I don't know my...
I thought you took some helium just then.
Yeah, I think my voice uncracked for a minute and my balls went back up,
Both of them.
Yeah, no, just half 50%. I'm a cup half full kind of guy.
Just went up to the eyeballs.
And then we had Papa Dutch coming in with a super chat. When you think about it, all Kamala needs to do is declare an intention to legalize weed at the federal level. That would get so many voters in. You're totally right. But it would piss off a lot of people that don't understand that it's not hurting anybody, and it's taxes, right?
Yeah. No, it's probably not the good idea.
Yeah. But you can tax the hell out of it and, make some really good money. I don't see why people, what's the big deal?
Yeah, but the thing is, if she did legalize weed and, well, that wouldn't actually transfer into votes because all the people who are taking weed won't be bothered to go to the voting.
You would have to pick them up and take them yourself, right? It's like she would need literally every Hertz, rent a car and whatever there is out there.
Yeah, free weed at the polling station.
Yeah, that would get them there. Yeah. And then they'd all be standing there. Why are we here, man?
There's a pizza.
Okay, a couple more here. Papa Dutch again for a second $5 super chat. After all, Trump is pandering to a bunch of drunks. Yeah, okay, that's definitely not wrong. I mean, especially if Hollywood's anything to say about it. All rich people do is drink all day.
Cheers.
Yeah, I get jealous about that. If I had staff, I would get drunk all day too.
You've got staff. You got staff in training, haven't you?
Yeah.
Called Felix.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be a long training, so. Right, I can't even get him to get his own shit right now, let alone mine.
True.
Yeah, and then Papa Dutch rounded it off with the last super chat there. Just an observation, but it's funny. People that drink all the time, like at work and everything, don't see a problem at all, and then they go around saying that smoking weed is bad for some reason. It's it basically comes down to indoctrination, I think, because if somebody sits on their couch and smokes a joint and then just stares at a movie for 2 hours and afterwards, like, can't remember what they watched and gets up and get a snack, that doesn't harm you in any way. And in order to buy the weed, they actually have to have a job. So what's the problem? I
always found it quite funny when you see those like TV shows like a highfalutin rich business people, and as soon as they walk into their office, or someone else walks into the office, Chink. Or just anything, they get out the bottle of whiskey.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
they don't mix it or anything. It's just nice and straight the whole bit.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's expensive stuff, so it's going to be good. And then they just go somewhere else and have another glass. Oh, I don't mind if I do.
Exactly.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, and then they sit around talking about reefer heads.
Yeah. Let's talk some business now, shall we? Talk cigar, another brandy.
Yeah, exactly right.
What did you get sorted out today in business today at the office, darling? Oh, well, I had some brandies and a couple of
much business. I got to go to bed. I'm tired.
Yeah. Don't quite remember. I think I slept through the afternoon.
Yeah. I'm drunk, but I didn't fuck the secretary. Now, good night.
I don't think. I can't remember. Might be wrong. We'll find out in the papers tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. I still don't know if they had hidden cameras, honey. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Get the lawyer's number, will you?
Oh, shit. He was the lawyer. Oh, dear.
So what else is going on? We got a couple more shout outs to do here. So Bob Uzala. I think that's probably it. Well, we asked Kamala on the Shills. Slava Ukraine. Heroim Slava. That's a good idea. We should. Because, I mean, if she joins us virtually, it's not like she has to be surrounded by security and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Well, right? I mean, we'll ask.
Yeah. You know,
we ask everybody. They all, ignore us.
Yeah, I'll tell her, we can send you a few joints first,
Yeah, you never know. You might get something with a beer fund.
And then we had Papa Dutch, another $5 super chat. Point. I never woke up with a hangover after getting stoned. I agree. That's very true. Very true. That's a good one. I'll remember that. I'm going to use it in my favor.
Yeah, but you do both.
Yeah. Do you guys remember a little while ago on the 42 show, we talked about how Hertz had bought 100,000 Teslas to be rental cars?
Oh, yes.
The company is losing so much money due to the depreciation of those cars that they're carrying such a high asset that's dropping in value like a stone that they're literally trying to get rid of them right now and looking at flogging them. It's going to be some bad press for Elon and Tesla when these cars start selling super cheap because they just want to get rid of them.
That's why they named their company Hertz.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, rental cars get treated like shit. And Teslas aren't built very well. And they're finicky when it comes to like, oh, I hit a pothole. Oh, the battery pack's ruined and crap like that, right? That was a bad call. Whoever made that decision, it spends far too much time in a limo because they're disconnected. That was stupid.
Thing is, I don't know how long they actually keep their cars in the fleet. Even just normal cars. I'm sure it's not for very long. Like they're probably wait for 3 years and wait for the warranty to run out. And
a lot of times, though, you'll see, oh, that looks like a newer car. And then you see the dash and you're like, oh, that's the Gen 1 cheap version, right? Like with the Chargers and stuff, the Challengers, the North American cars, they've had that same body style for like 16 years or something, which they're almost gone. The big Dodge Hemi engined Challengers and Chargers and whatnot are almost a thing of history.
Oh, shit. Bollocks.
What?
Oh, fuck. Forgot to do something I forgot to do. We forgot to do the jingle. It's Dick Dawson's automotive doctoring bit.
No, but it's one of those things. When those cars are gone, is anybody going to want the new electric replacements? right?
No?
I don't like people buy those Chargers and Challengers because A, they're really fast in a straight line, or B, they look like the fast one, right? And it's not. No, I once they're not fat, once they're not like V8s anymore, and it's just another electric car, is it going to really stand out as anything more than just a kind of half-ass super fast in a straight line? Like, I don't know. Like, will the Challenger and Charger be able to keep up to like the Lucid Air and things like that in quality and stuff? Because the North American cars aren't known for being the highest quality with dash components, a little bit plasticky and stuff. But for the amount of money you spend on it, you get this monster V8 car that kicks serious ass.
You could stick playing cards in the spokes, so it still sounds meaty.
Shayna's got one of the cool ones in the chat there on the Shills account, right? And Shayna, would you buy one if it was just a quiet electric car that's a little bit snappy because of the electric motors? Like, doesn't that kind of ruin it? Right? It doesn't go and all that shit anymore, right? Well,
yeah, you just have it on a speaker underneath the bonnet. But this is the thing, though. But if they made a good electric car, I mean, this is one of the big problems: is electric cars out there aren't particularly good. There's not many good.
There's only a couple.
Even Tesla are like cheap
at the
top of the rank. Well, they are considered like the top of the pile as far as electric cars are concerned.
Well, actually, no. Lucid has them beat now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the reviewers like Doug DeMuro and yada yada blah blah, they love this Lucid company now.
Yeah, I don't believe him. He's a liar.
But will they stick around? I mean, Fisker's gone twice now.
Yeah. They're all dying a death.
Yeah,
I did see somewhere that there's like new battery technology coming that's supposed to improve the longevity of batteries, so they last more like 20 years as opposed to like 3.
Yeah, PJ CNET put a thing that I was going to get to in one show this week, but we didn't get to it. And instead of a battery giving about 1,000 charge cycles before it starts to get a little tired and lose some range and whatnot, they're looking at 30,000 charge cycles being a reliable number now. That'd be crazy. Are you having a stroke, dude?
I might be.
Was that you guzzling on booze?
That was me leaning over, topping my drinky poos up.
Oh, that was funny. It looked like you just, literally gave up and packed it in right there. Give me 1 second here, dude. I'll just be real quick. Hold on.
Yeah. One of the sort of things I don't particularly like about this avatar is it gives off false readings, especially when I'm drinking, smoking, leaning over, picking my nose, scratching me bum, tickling me testicles, or anything like that. It just gives false readings. Yeah. At least the old one, when I didn't do anything, just like I just sat there. Oh dear. Oh, where's he gone? Where's he gone now? Here he is. Da-dun-da-da.
Yeah, your thing gets a little bit. Your whole thing gets a little Saturday Night Live at times.
I know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I stick with this. I don't know.
It just went up to 44C, so I had to get up quick and just make sure that AC unit of mine was dialed a little bit higher,
Yeah, and make sure the fire extinguisher is fully loaded.
Yeah. Liam Wakefield in the chat pointed out some high-end cars have been piping in engine noise through the speakers for years too, because they're so soundproof for wind noise and stuff that you're not getting the sound. Yeah, I can't stand that either. I don't mind if they make like little air channels so that you're getting some induction noise proper or something, but if it's like being done by the speakers at all, I don't want that.
So like have it like an old-fashioned organ with pipes. feeding into
Yeah.
big fat pipe going underneath your chair, so you get that good subwoofer feeling.
Yeah, you get her up above 6,000 RPM and she'll play Ode to Joy, you know?
Yeah. and it will loosen your bowels.
Yeah. But, you know, I don't like all that fakey stuff. I get that electric cars are good for, there's a decent amount of people that just run around in the city. They only need transportation. They don't really care. And an electric car would be just a fine little runabout. The problem is a lot of those people live in buildings and units and stuff that barely have parking properly, let alone electrified stalls. So they're screwed again, right?
I did see one of these like memes on Facebook the other day, and it kind of made me laugh because it was some self-righteous person into like vegan sandals and and they got their electric car and it's plugged in, and then in the background you can see like the cable going off into the distance, and there's a big coal-fired power station generating the electricity for it. And I was thinking, you are completely missing the point. We're moving to electrification, so we will get rid of those things and we'll have renewable energy sources and nuclear, all this kind of stuff. The idea is to get rid of those. It's not got it completely backwards. Backwards.
Yeah. A couple of comments here I want to address in the chat. Dave Cernik, 2025 model Chargers are going to have an inline twin turbo 6-cylinder engine, around 450 to 520 horsepower, and an inline 6 is naturally balanced. They're that's the crap, right? It's awesome. An inline is naturally balanced. You don't need all the balancing shafts and stuff. So smooth, lovely. And the world is getting to a point where, smaller engines, like even the newest Ford GT has the twin turbo V6, right? And it's sold well, but it sold well more in Europe and stuff, I think, than in North America. And, for a lot of people, that's modern. It's good. And I agree. I the howl of a nicely built 6, like that Busso Alfa Romeo V6 from way back. Oh, it's beautiful, right? But will the muscle car people that like the Chargers and Challengers go for a hype 6? That, I think, is the actual question. But I think it'll be really cool, and hopefully they lighten up the car and give it a bit more agility and stuff. But either way, I mean, the way they are now, like, it's a proper muscle car. It's cool, right? There was one other one here. Martin Casper, like the hybrid, vroom, vroom, and money saving in electrics. Yeah, that's what I think for a lot of people is the answer. Like if you want a city car that's electric, but you don't have a place to conveniently plug it in, a little 3-cylinder hybrid is the way to go. Totally. Maybe even a 2-cylinder because it's just a city car, right?
1-cylinder. Half a cylinder.
Yeah. Just take a Honda moped motor and
lawnmower engine.
Yeah, there you go. Briggs and Stratton. There we go. Get the old belt drive going and everything. There's a channel, Robot Cantina on YouTube, and they did a thing where they took one of those older Honda super sleek electric cars. I think it was electric. It might have been a hybrid or something, but they put like a lawnmower engine in it with a CVT transmission, so they could use the CVT to gear it up or something and get it going. And they ended up getting it up to like 50 miles an hour. It was crazy. It was cool. They had to play with carburetors, all kinds of things, but it was fun. That was a good little series. Lots of good engineering and stuff in it if you're into that kind of thing. There's something, I'm just trying to look here. There's a couple things from the week that we didn't get to that I wanted to try to remember. There was the whole thing. I don't know if any of you guys are following it or not, but Boeing SpaceX capsule is still stuck in the space station. They can't come home. They were supposed to be up there for 8 days. They've been up for how long now?
Yeah, I can't remember how long it was. They said they got like a time limit, and it was like a generous amount of time.
Yeah.
But that was ages ago.
Yeah, 2 months, dude. 8 weeks now.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I mean, they say it's a very, very slight helium leak. Well, they did say that.
Yeah.
And there'll be no problem whatsoever. Blah blah blah. Do you smell a little bit of bullshit in the air?
Oh, yeah, because it slowly over time, they admitted that because of the helium leaks, they've got some thrusters that aren't operating properly. And at that point, if they have any issue with thrusters and get even slightly the angle of entry wrong, they burn up. Right.
Yeah.
At this point, it's starting to look like they might have to be rescued. And this capsule could actually end up being like during the rescue, you bring up some parts for repairs, or she's a goner.
Well, I don't know how it goes because, I mean, if they've had like small helium leaks for this amount of time, has all the helium leaked out? Has it all gone? Or did they manage to shut it off with valves? I don't know how it works because they certainly don't have like spare helium up there, do they?
Actually, they probably do. But aside from that, it was way overfilled because they know, well, helium's really light, so it's not that detrimental to launch weight. And they knew there was going to be the odd leak because the system is so highly pressured. They just, that was it. And I don't think that's actually abnormal either. Right? It's like the early spacesuits. They leaked oxygen, so you just kept pumping it in.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like you say, I don't think it is that, abnormal. But obviously with Boeing, a lot of eyes have been on Boeing for a long time.
This was the last thing they needed corporately, man. Wow.
But the fact of the story is, or the fact of the matter is, that thing is still there and it hasn't left. Yep. So there's something bad going on.
Yeah, totally, man. Totally. This is what
the thing is. What would they do with it? Because obviously it's taken at one of the docking ports. I mean, and they can't retrieve it.
They send it into a spiraling orbit that will land it in that spot in the Pacific Ocean they deem the furthest from humanity. There's a junk spot where they just dump this shit.
Oh, what, Hawaii?
Easter Island. That's why everybody left. Yeah, no, there's a designated spot. That's where they've also decided the International Space Station will be going when it's deorbited coming up in like 5 years.
Oh, that was one of the stories I had was about the ark. They want to have an ark on the moon.
Yeah.
Of all that's like, going to send the animals up 2 by 2. Well, actually going to just send them, some skin samples of them, send them up to the moon to keep them safe, which is kind of funny because I would have thought, space, all that shitty radiation, that's not going to preserve DNA very well, is it?
Well, in 300 years, we're all going to be a race of clones living on the moon Titan. I mean, it's just weird,
What, not giraffes? They're not going to turn us into giraffes or anything like that.
I don't know if I'd want to be a giraffe. I mean, it's convenient when there's lots of leaves at the top of the tree, but when you got to start leaning down, that kind of looks like a pain in the neck.
At least you could lick your balls now. But no, the thing was, I when I read the article about it, and I did have it lined up, it was like, well, does this person actually understand anything of what they're talking about? It just sounded like a story, like some 10-year-old. Just like, I know, we'll send all the animals to the moon and blah, 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 blah. Because one of the things they were saying is, what we'll do is we'll test it out on the ISS.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute. They're going to deorbit the thing. The thing is being decommissioned. What are you talking about? I mean, you got no fucking sense of what's going on in the space industry. And you got all these ideas, we'll do this, we'll do that. No, get to grips.
Yeah, it's probably just some idiot administrator's idea, and the engineers are just going, "Oh, we look stupid again."
It's his first day on the job. Let him have his dreams.
Oh man.
I did a drawing and everything.
Yeah. I mean, if you've got mining going on the moon, I understand trying to make a little colony because, you could maybe mine some really cool stuff. I don't understand the whole idea of sending people to the moon, operating a base and digging things up and sending it back here as somehow able to make money still compared to just dig it out of our ground. But
we haven't got much ground left.
Yeah, well, that's true. We'll be digging up our cities soon. Okay, you gotta
move. I'm digging for oil in your apartment. We're on the 31st floor. What are you talking about?
Yeah. But if you're like sending a colony up there to, make rocket fuel out of the resources you've got and stuff and use it as a launching point for more human exploration and stuff, that kind of makes more sense, although it's a lot of money to spend just to find things out.
Yeah. No, I think there is a lot of money to be made on the moon, and just means that the right kind of how should we say, the right kind of businessman who can think that far ahead, because most people want their like returns in next quarter or something like that. No, you're talking about something that'll be 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the line before you actually see a turn in the profits, and it'll be for your next generation. It takes that kind of thinking.
Well, that's kind of what Elon's doing, I guess, with SpaceX, isn't it? Liam Wakefield in the chat was saying that place in the Pacific is called Point Nemo. So there you go.
Ah.
Yeah, I was reading about that because of the whole space station thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what is it called that because that's where you found him? There he is. There he is. There's Nemo. Let's drop a space station on him.
Yeah. Where's Marlin? We'll get home here. Oh, my son.
And Heidi High says, "Dunk, what will happen to the clangers and the soup dragon? Aha! See, caught you, because the clangers weren't on the moon. No, people misunderstand that the clangers weren't on the moon. It was just their little planet. And so there you go. Just a little bit of fact checking for you about the clangers and the soup dragon." Dick's looking at me saying, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I figure you guys must both watch the same anime or something at this point. I don't know.
The Clangers was like an animated kids show from the from the 60s or 70s. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Dragon, is that the one that had the bad wing and the kid had to make the thing with the foot pedal?
What are you talking about, Lewis?
Yeah, it's some animated movie about a kid and a dragon.
Oh, is that How to Train Your Dragon?
That's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the soup dragon was in the Clangers because it lived on their little planet and it made soup.
It all just sounds like Spinal Tap to me.
Therefore, it made the soup. It was called the soup dragon because it made soup.
Okay. Yeah. So, no soup for you.
I don't think it's made for the same people as Spinal Tap, but I think they did actually consume a momentous amount of drugs to come up with the stories.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's a very drug fueled. Yeah, very, very drug fueled.
Yeah. Spinal Tap. So funny. So funny. I remember when I was a kid and I was watching it. It's like, is this real? Is this, is this stupid? Like, I had no idea. It was just on the screen at some party I was at. I had to sit down for like 15 minutes and watch it and go, no, okay, yeah, this is just make fun. Okay. I was trying to figure out what band it was. Who were they really?
Yeah. And
then I realized the one guy is Lenny or Squiggy from Laverne and Shirley.
Well, I don't know which one that is.
They're the two chicks that were spun off from Happy Days. It was a TV show, and Lenny and Squiggy show up a lot. Yeah,
no, I just can't think who it was. Was it from Spinal Tap in that?
Yeah, the tall guy, the tall blonde guy.
Oh, okay. Is that Christopher Guest? Oh, I can't remember.
I can't remember either. Let's see here.
And you got the guy who played Smithers in The Simpsons. Oh God, I've forgotten all their names.
Oh yeah, Michael McKean.
Oh, Michael McKean, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's in loads of stuff.
Yeah, he was in Laverne and Shirley.
He was in a British sitcom playing an Englishman, and he's like one of those Americans
who can actually do it.
Actually do it, and absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I remember.
I think the show was shit, but he was brilliant.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, I remember the first couple episodes of The Walking Dead I watched, Sheriff Rick. I always thought, like, where is that guy from? I can't peg his whole voice and stuff. And then I heard him in an interview and I was like, London. Oh,
hello. I'm an actor. I'm from the UK. I normally play an American.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah.
The first time I heard Gillian Anderson talk with a British accent, I was like, oh, wow. I had no idea because she does perfect. Whereas I found, what's his name, Lincoln there that played Officer Rick. There was times when it slipped through a tiny bit.
Lincoln, Officer Rick. What are you talking about
that? Walking Dead.
Oh, okay.
Andrew Lincoln, I think is his name.
I don't watch that.
I only watched it a bit.
Well, how many seasons they're into now? They're still talking about it on the telly.
Oh, they have like 4 or 5 offshoot video or TV shows of it now too.
Yeah, it's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. How long can you spin it out for?
I know. Yeah. And still, nobody knows how it started. That almost bugs me now.
The series or the zombies?
The whole zombie thing, right?
Yeah, they've been making the series so long they can't remember how the series started.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a historical drama when we started. Now it's a zombie thing. I don't know what happened.
It started with George Washington. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think I did start watching it when it first came out, but it just didn't hold me.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
And then I started watching it again for a bit, and then they got to this whole buildup of some character called Negan, and it took half a series, and then he finally came on screen, and it took 45 minutes of BS to get to the point, and I was like, I'm done. That's it.
I thought they killed him off.
Yeah. Well, no, he killed some people first, and then yeah. But yeah, it was just too much. It was so overhyped. It was like a Taylor Swift concert at that point. It was getting out of hand.
Just less swimming costumes.
Yeah, exactly. Why does she do that?
I really can't stand like TV shows where they have to fill the plot with just guff just to try to get you somewhere. We're on the journey. Make it interesting.
Yeah, the whole Negan thing was like, who shot JR? But it took like a year. That was funny when The Simpsons did that. Who shot Mr. Burns? That was a good one.
Oh God, that's another series that's dragged on for its fair share of years.
I can't believe it's still even going. It's unbelievable. The only thing that makes sense is every 5 years they fire the writers and bring in new ones, because how could the same crew still be coming up with ideas?
What do you mean fire the writers? They just die off. Old age.
No, that's true.
The Simpsons is going to be one of those shows where you'll be sitting there with your grandchildren. They're watching a new series, and you'll be there going, "I remember when this first came out on television. It was a short on somebody else's TV show."
I think it was Aristotle who originally wrote the pilot. So
it was in Latin. What's eat my shorts in Latin? Come on, go on there.
Conjugate the verb.
Come on, chat. I can't even do fake Latin, pretend Latin.
Bobo in the chat says Taylor Swift is like the best artist to come along in 5 decades.
Wow.
Well, I at least agree that she's an artist, although she does work with songwriters and stuff these days, unlike her early days. But
I'm not too sure about 5 decades. That's a long haul at a time to claim.
I
mean, she's not even 5 decades old. So come on.
I can think of some truly amazing songwriters that have lived in those 5 decades.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tarina in the chat. I love the Tracy Ullman show. So did I. That was that was awesome. I actually just downloaded the old Canadian variety TV show Bizarre and put it in our Plex server. And oh my God, I was watching a bit last night and I almost died laughing. Oh, it was so funny.
Yeah, so some of that show is actually very, very good, and some of it is a little bit too bizarre, a little bit dated.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
But, you know, this was during the 80s and he had chicks taking off their tops and they were telling racist jokes and everything. Yeah. Like, he didn't give a shit, man. He did anything he wanted.
It wasn't in just that. They could get away with whatever they wanted, just about.
Yeah, well, they famously had 2 versions of the show that went out every week. One for over-the-air TV and one for cable. And over-the-air TV did not have any of the nudity, but the cable TV version did.
Right.
Yeah, and at the time we lived out like past the suburbs and had 12 acres of property. So we had one of those big antennas and I didn't have cable TV. I had the antenna and I had no idea what I was missing out on in that show because I was getting a different edit, right? You know?
Yeah, you got the version of the show with just the nudity in it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's just a funny old show though. They had a skit that I watched where a couple got married and then ended up divorced. And he went off and had like a career and stuff and came back and they got back together and then they ended up splitting up again. But it all happened in like the real time of the show. So it was 7 minutes, right? Yeah. You know, we're just growing apart. It's like, what's... It was really funny. I'm going to have to watch some more of that later tonight.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, who's in the chat there? TV was better with only the 3 major networks. There is something to say about that because instead of all of this garbage, they had to actually make sure the stuff they put out was decent, right?
Sort of. I kind of agree with that, and also kind of like disagree because I think also
it was different for you though. You have that BBC influence, right?
Oh, well, we had like 3 channels. We had BBC, ITV, BBC Two, you know. So so you had like that was your choice. You know, you had like it or lump it, and of course, don't forget back then we didn't have things like the internet and stuff like that. A lot of people don't even watch the TV anymore. They'll just watch YouTube or whatever and just go on social media.
Yeah, YouTube back in the day was binoculars and your neighbors not closing their curtains, right? You know.
Yes, that was Pornhub.
Depending on the neighbor, yes, you are correct.
Yeah. But I'd say that the programs back then weren't they weren't always quality. They did actually. The argument for it is they had a lot more shows that they had much bigger budgets for them, and now it's kind of like spread more thinly. You get very, very low budget shows going on now.
But we're also
but now across the board though.
Yeah, and now like we have unbelievably low budget shows, but then we still have these massive ones that are like a movie budget for 10 episodes, right?
Yeah. That it does still happen.
Yeah,
very rare.
Yeah. And you can totally tell, like, you watch one of those episodes and you're like, oh, there's only going to be 10 in this season, 8 now sometimes, right? It's getting really bad, you know? You know, like when I caught on to Top Gear, the UK show, I caught on when they were in like series 5. I didn't realize there was 2 series a season or a year, right? And when I first caught onto it and I was downloading it from the torrent site, there was like 5 episodes in that series, 6 episodes in this series. I'm like, the fuck is going on? Who makes a TV show with 5 episodes in a season? I'd never seen that before, right? Never. It makes sense afterwards because there's 2 series in a year. So it works out to be like, 10 or 12 episodes, which is what we get now for the high budget shows, right? So it does make sense when you figure it out. But as a Canadian, I'd never seen that before, right? That was odd.
We have news from the chat from Lauren. He says, comedy mihi brevis. I think
is that eat my shorts in Latin?
Comedy mihi brevis.
Okay. Awesome.
Now go and write it on the wall 100 times before, or I'll cut your bollocks off.
Yeah, we'll get John Cleese to get you. Oh, man. That's funny. Okay, we have to write that down somewhere and remember. I'm trying to find it in the chat again so I can copy it. Where is it?
Hang on, I'll put it in the green room.
Okay. My eyes are especially blurry today. I've really got to book an eye test coming up.
My eyes are old and bent.
You haven't given us a chance to hide yet. Okay, there we go. That's funny.
Yes. Well, it's good that Lauren came up with it because he's old enough to actually remember when they spoke Latin. So
yeah, exactly. I think he's one of the few surviving speakers of the language.
Morning, Centurion.
Okay, yeah, and we've got a Greek translation as well.
Oh no, we're gonna get them all. I want it in Yiddish.
Remember, I said Aristotle wrote the pilot, right? So it was fe to sortaski mo. And I'm sure that's completely wrong.
Yeah, you got to do an Italian accent. Doing Greek. It's all Greek to me.
I don't like licorice tasting booze. That shit they drink. Fuck, is that revolting? Oh my God. I remember the first time somebody gave me a shot of that. I do the shot and I'm like, oh God, black licorice, my enemy. Thank you for that.
No, done right. It's nice.
It's revolting.
No, it's not. It can't be revolting because they drink it. It's just not to your flavor. It's not to your.
Yeah, but people bury fish and let it ferment and eat it. It's still, it's not an excuse. The fuck?
You're just not man enough to drink it. That's what I think it is.
No, I'm man enough to admit that I'm not going to drink that shit because it tastes shitty and I'm going to get something else. It's like, no offense to anybody, but tequila. How the fuck do you people drink that garbage? It's terrible. I hate it.
I love it. Tequila Gold, especially.
I can't stand it.
Yeah.
I'd rather drink Jägermeister.
Well, it'd be great to when I invite you around for a party because there'll be like 1 can of beer. I'll have a bottle of Ouzo, bottle of tequila, and I'll have a whale of a time.
I'm sorry, but I'm speaking to the viewers now. This idiot thinks I wouldn't bring my own beer.
Oh, in that case, I won't get a can of lager in for you then.
You'd probably buy crap, serve it warm, garbage anyway. Fuck.
Yeah. Ironically.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just get you a bottle of Canada Dry and go, there you go. That's what you guys drink over there, isn't it?
I don't drink ginger ale. Not without like alcohol in it.
No. Well, it's got your name on the bottle. It must be. Isn't it your national brew?
Yeah. I remember a friend of mine once said to me, ginger ale. What is this stuff supposed to actually taste like anyway? I was like, it's in the title, you idiot. Ginger ale. Ginger
ale.
I was just blown away. I was like, what?
Yeah. Is it ginger ale? Is that one of the failed Spice Girls? Oh, we got a question. We got a question from the chat from Bob Doggy. He says, "How far can you go back, Dunk? Bagpuss, Ghost of Motley Hall, a Rent-A-Ghost?" Yes. Yeah, I can do them all. I can do them all, mate.
The hell? We got shoutouts we didn't get to.
Rent-A-Ghost. All right. What?
Yvonne Way came in with the little pear guy doing the thumbs up. Here, there's actually a joke for that too in my system. There we go. And that's a super sticker. And Yvonne is the queen of the super stickers around here. And then we had KK's coming in as well. And this is when we were talking about the Boeing capsule there. A 3-hour cruise. A 3-hour cruise. No offense to the stuck astronauts, because that must really suck ass, but I'm sorry, you've got a little bit of blame yourself, because it's got Boeing's name on the side. I'm sorry, but you know,
maybe they put that sticker on the launch vehicle after they got in, so they didn't know. They put like SpaceX on the side of it. Yeah, now they're in. Pull the SpaceX thing off. Put the Boeing sticker on it now. They'll lock the doors. Don't let them out.
Yeah, they were about to get in, and they get brought these disclaimer forms with all this fine print, and they're like, "What?" Give me 1 second here. I just need to wet my whistle.
Yeah. Ugh. Is that what you call it? He's gonna wash his willy. Yeah, no, they probably gave him the disclaimer form. After they put the big helmets on, they go, "I can't read this. Where's me reading glasses? Oh, I can't put them on."
Makes sense to me, you know. I mean, at this point in Boeing's history, not to just make fun or whatever, but I wouldn't doubt it. It's not the best. You can't build the products you build at Boeing in we'll just get a little cut rate and try to make some more money fashion. It's ridiculous. You're not Hyundai making the old pony.
Yeah we got some pipes to feed the helium to the thrusters. Should we use this high quality? No, it's okay. So we got all this X stock we used to use for SodaStream bottles. We'll just use that. So it'll be fine.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hang on. Wasn't it the submersible that went down to the Titanic and imploded? That was all Boeing carbon fiber, wasn't it? Secondhand.
Really?
Second-hand carbon fiber they used to build that thing. I could swear it was Boeing.
Wow, we have to look that up to see, but I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah. I mean, seriously, that's screwed up though, because if somebody like Tavares on YouTube can get the carbon fiber work done to repair like a high-end McLaren or something, why are you using hand-me-downs? Why don't you just partner up with somebody that knows what they're doing?
I mean, the thing is, okay, let me put it another way. It wasn't like the pre-used the carbon fiber. It was just out of date. So yeah. it starts to come apart a little bit. It's not quite the same. Same things happen with fiberglass. You can start to separate out. Mm-hmm. But for Tavares building cars and shit like that, be perfectly fine. But to build a submersible out of it, even
then. I wouldn't want to take risks building a car that can do 240 miles an hour, man. I'm sorry. There's just no way, right? That would be as dumb as taking risks building, I don't know, a submarine.
Yeah, well, okay, but think of it this way. Building a submarine out of carbon fiber is one thing. Building a car out of carbon fiber is another thing, because the carbon fiber in the car is not going to save you in any shape or form.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. If you build a proper survival tub out of it, look at a Formula One car in a modern day crash. The man should be dead, and they just simply get up and wave at the crowd. No, I disagree there, right? It's just the forces are different, right? Yeah,
it's because they do have a crash. As a hologram comes out, it's not really the driver. He is dead. That's why they keep their helmets on, so they can clone them, and then they come back, the next day, and you never know the difference.
Yeah, that's why
it's like when you have a fish dies in your fish tank, and you don't want to worry Felix about it. You just take it, flush it down the toilet, go and get another one from the pet shop. Exactly the same thing happens in Formula One.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I'd actually bring them through it. Hey, you remember yesterday when I said I think my neighbors are home because it sounds like there was an earthquake next door?
Yeah, don't tell me.
There really was an earthquake. They're not home. There really was.
What? There was an earthquake, but just next door.
Yeah. Just directly under their house, right? No, but there was an earthquake in my area. Not a huge one or anything. No big deal. But I thought it was their kids just going psychotic from being home from vacation, right? Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. That's the first time I've ever felt an earthquake in this valley. I've been told a couple times on the news that we had one. It's just like, I don't know. Well,
interesting. Mm-hmm. It's funny because in the UK, you hear stories about earthquake, and it does actually happen over here. And you hear it in the news here. Oh, we had an earthquake. All the plates in the kitchen rattled.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the limit of the earthquake. Yeah. Oh, a teacup fell off the shelf.
Yeah. Miss Mama's cup.
No, you get proper exciting earthquakes in America and other places of the world.
I should go through the reports of earthquakes over the last a year, because maybe I've attributed her children to earthquakes before. I mean,
yeah. Maybe you shouldn't have been writing all those letters to your housing association.
Yeah. I did not do that. Don't do that. Yeah.
About the people living at number 42, they're making far too much excessive noise.
Yeah. There's actually a couple of neighbors that aren't exactly getting along. And one was going to say something because of something. And I said, yeah, but who really gets affected is the kids, not the parents so much. Right. This is a really nice place to be for having kids and stuff, and talk them down a bit, but I don't think it'll end acrimoniously. No.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I couldn't be able to spell it.
Actually, I probably wouldn't either.
I wouldn't even be able to say it.
Yeah. I'm better at saying the words than I am writing them.
Yeah, that's what Shakespeare said.
Yeah, that's why he writes so weird,
Yeah, the first rapper.
Yeah. I remember Shakespeare in school. I start reading it. I'm like, oh my God, they're English words, but it doesn't mean what I think it means. What the hell's going on here?
I know you're old, but I didn't know you went to school with Shakespeare.
Oh, yeah. Smoked a lot of grass. Always out in the smoking pit.
With his puffy pants and his codpiece.
Yeah, he did have an odd, visual expression of his personality.
I'm not gay,
I'm just happy-go-lucky. Oh, come on, temperature, go down. It went down 2 degrees. It's 41 now. Yeah, I might have to do a store run after. I'd like it to drop into the 30s before I have to go.
Well, just wrap yourself with a wet blanket and run out. That's what they like to do, like the Towering Inferno and things like that.
Yeah. If I did that, I would literally steam, Oh yeah,
steaming ran, seen running through the streets of Canada.
Cops grab me. What are you doing?
No, they'll call you the steaming Yeti of Canada.
Yeah. I swear, officer, it was a steaming Yeti, but oddly, he was having a vape.
And came back with a 6-pack.
Yeah. I think he killed the poor guy that lives in that unit and sat down in the air conditioning and got drunk. Okay. Was there anything else we wanted to get to?
Oh yeah, there was a story I had from the UK. So there was this pub in one of the coastal regions, and they've been getting their it's like a pub that's like really high up in some cliffs, and it's hard to get to, and it's like 600 steps or so. They'll get really fed up of having their beer barrels delivered going up through these steps. Yeah. So what they've done is they've attached a zip line, and so they run the barrels up through the zip line. It's not a particularly interesting story. I thought it was just fascinating. I was just thinking maybe we should do the same for you. We could just have a zip line.
Oh, that'd be a great one.
From your place to the beer store, and you can just ring the bell, ding 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 ding. You'll pull a string. It rings a bell at the other end. They just load up the basket, zip it across.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Or we could start fundraising to develop a transporter, and they could just beam it right here. It would be right here. I have a little table spot right here. Be perfect.
Well, I mean, if we could get the channel numbers up, and you people in the chat, you're not helping there. Go on, get yourself sorted out. We'll get the numbers up, and we can actually start earning money on this channel. And then what you can have like a personal assistant. So all those times you have to get up out the chair and go and get a beer. He'll be there. You just snap your fingers.
Yeah.
Hey, Manuel, run.
Manuel.
Okay, Mr. Dyson. Okay.
I don't think I want to see Manuel in a 2-piece bathing suit. That's what I was kind of,
Yeah, well, I thought naked. Yeah. And then, he'd run across naked across the street for you to go to the beer store. And
I'm not in
it. Yeah.
I brought it back, Mr. Dawson. He's nice and cool. You can tell my testicles have disappeared.
So, it doesn't have to be Manuel. We can get somebody else if you want. You can pick and choose.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking Bob was,
because I think Annette's going to be on the human resources side of these sort of things. She'll be hiring. So,
well, maybe I can have like a new assistant every week or something.
Probably go through them that quickly anyway.
I wouldn't want to work for me. Oh fuck! Pick his drunk ass up off the couch again.
Do I have to wipe your ass again, Mr. Dawson?
Oh, okay, easy now. Jesus.
My tongue is so tired.
Oh man, this just became some dirty anime. Shouldn't you be dressed as a little Japanese girl right now in a school uniform?
No. And I'm not taking the bait. And I'm not doing it. Oh, he's dying. See?
Yeah.
See, we had Manuel there. He could have stepped in, while you were.
Manuel.
I mean, you were saying that no dead air. Yeah, God, he just fucked up. Maybe we could have had Manuel there.
You did. You're supposed to.
He'll just push you to one side, and
You had one purpose. You had one purpose, you know?
I was trying to figure out what the fuck you were doing.
Yeah, no. The viewers have no idea how lucky you are. I'm good on a mute button. Oh,
Yeah.
it'd be terrible otherwise. Coughing and hacking like a man half dead.
I know, because the pre-show and after show when we're having chats or anything like that, you don't bother. It's just like you don't have to. It's like
Actually, I do quite a bit, but yeah. All right, easy now. Fuck.
It's like a big fat Canadian gas bag, just leak. It's like a Boeing space capsule, just leaking out helium all the time.
I use a pillow microphone in my seat to make sure Dunk really gets a good fucking juice out of it. You know?
Yeah. Oh, well, these headphones, I get the full bass as well.
Oh yeah, and I have one microphone in front and one in back, so it goes all stereo for him, right? You can hear as the air pushes out front or back, right? You know.
Oh, these spatial awareness headphones are fantastic.
Amazing! You flapped your ginch. Well done. You know. There was what was it? The EU is literally looking to push a new thing into law. It's too bad PJ CNET's not here right now because he's going to love this, but I'll cover it proper on the 42 show coming up. But they're going to make it illegal for game developers to sell you a game and then 5-6 years later just shut down the servers and leave you with nothing. They're going to force the game developers to make it so that they either open source the code for the server or facilitate, but they won't be allowed to screw people over anymore. Right?
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, I don't think they will want to open source any code for servers. That's not going to happen. But what they're going to do is they're going to have a fully playable version of the game that runs local. I bet they'll turn off the online features and just turn it into, but we'll see. You never know, because what also could happen is the game developers could just switch their model and go, okay, instead of proprietary server bullshit, we'll just use some open source code so we're not giving anything away anymore. And then that way people can run it themselves after. We'll see how it plays out. But I really like the idea because it's government getting involved in this whole, do we really own what we purchase argument that's getting worse and worse in this day, right?
I imagine somebody in the top EU is pissed off because they were playing a game and
it finally happened. Exactly. It finally happened to a gamer because gamers are old enough now to be in politics, right? This is what happened.
Yeah.
Exactly. And but to me, it's brilliant. Like, you got these companies, they sell you a $200 device, but it's a hardware device that is based on internet content coming into it, like the Spotify stream thing for the car or whatever, right? And then
can't imagine what games politicians probably play. Something like Football Manager, but it's like my political party manager,
brothel manager,
virtual politics,
virtual madam. But so I like it because this should, now that they're aware of it and they're, the political minds are starting to think that way, this should flourish into, these companies that sell you a baby monitor. This happened last year. They sell you a baby monitor for $250 and they promise you X features on the box. But then because they're not making enough money, they take some of those features away and turn it into a subscription instead. This will kill all of that. Or companies that just
go bust.
Yeah, right. Or, well, it'll also stop companies from like putting out a security camera system for your home and then 5 years later going, no, we don't support them anymore, but we are welcome to shop our new line of products.
Yeah.
I don't need you. My phone should talk to the software in the system without you, right? That's where we really need to get to.
Yeah, or you just avoid those systems completely. I mean, it's like we were talking about earlier, or was it pre-show? I can't remember now. But when we were talking about the cryogenically freezing of people. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll better back up on that one then. Yeah, because there's this company who's going to cryogenically freeze your body for like $2.5. Was it $20,000 or something, or a brain for 15? So they can bring you back to life again.
Yeah, or your brain.
Or just your brain in a jar. I mean, God knows what they're supposed to do with that.
Yeah.
And why anybody would sign up to it. And it's going to be, it could be 100, maybe 500 years before the technology arrives. So, they could actually fulfill this. I mean, who's going to check?
I know.
Yeah, you're going to go. When are you going to go to Trustpilot and look at the reviews? Oh, excellent service. Yeah. Can't wait for my body to be revived.
Yeah, exactly. And I bet all they're doing is collecting the bodies and just throwing them into the lake that's behind the building, right? I mean.
Yeah, they're kind of like supposedly putting them in containers with liquid nitrogen. So there's no electricity or process to keep the thing cool. Right. It just stays cold inside that chamber. But if you just have like a big vat or a big bucket and you just keep stuffing more people in it, and then when it gets full, you go, fuck these people. They just chuck them out into the.
Exactly. They fill a shipping container and then just let it fall off a ship.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But the thing is also, if you sign up for a company like this, and it is a startup company, I might add, it's pretty much a startup company. What happens when they go bust? Well, who is going to take over the company that is basically, there's no profit in it.
Yeah. But there's another thing. If you expose human tissue to liquid nitrogen to freeze it, that tissue is now dead. It's not like it's actual cryogenics. So after this company gets a whole whack of money, is anybody going to give a rat's ass to keep developing the technology, or are you just going to be left in a hole hoping somebody remembers you? It's so stupid.
Well, I think they do some kind of like proper mummification thing, and then stick your body in the cryo. But that
worked out for the pharaohs. Yeah, we see them every day at the coffee shop.
Well, maybe that's what they were thinking. Maybe that's what it was all about. And we'll bring you back in 1,000 years. Oh no, you just get stuck in the British Museum.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happened with these people. There were these buckets of rich people, and they go, well, in here contains the remains of blah blah blah, and he says, oh, look at that, children.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, who literally is going to care?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, who is actually developing the technology that you can bring back?
That's right. And at $20,000 a body, I'll tell you one thing: they can't afford it.
Well, it might be 200,000. I don't know.
Well, but even if it's $2 million a person, the execs are running off with the money, and there's no research being done.
Well, exactly. They have to be the one to do the research because
and they won't.
No independent person's going to do it. Can you imagine, you're a doctor, and you're a doctor of science, and you're a very, very smart man. I know. I'll dedicate my life into reviving bodies who are dead.
Rich jets.
I won't see the results of it for a couple of 100 years, maybe, and I'll spend my life trying to figure that one out.
It makes no sense.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I don't get it either. These people are idiots,
It does come across as a major scam. That's what it comes across as.
It is. Right? Yeah. And they're loving it right now because the press gave them some attention, and then so did we. Oops.
And so we go for our sponsor tonight. Cryo Boobies. You want your boobies frozen for the future? You can freeze your boobies or any genital parts, and they will be glued on to someone rich and famous in the future.
Yeah. My gosh, man, I don't know, man. No.
Oh, you're not into that one then?
Well, I mean, let's say your significant other has a terminal illness, so you go and pay for this, and they liquid nitrogen them up. Like, what do you go and visit once a month? And gee whiz, honey, you sure look great as an icicle.
Yeah, can I see it? Oh no, you can't see it.
Right?
She is in there, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. She's in there.
Style, I mean, the cryogenic chamber. Yeah.
Unless it's like put a little window in it so you can actually see their face, like a proper science fiction kind of,
Here's a Polaroid. Go home. Thank you for coming.
They just take a picture of her and then just like stick it to the outside of the chamber. There she is. You can see her.
I mean, seriously, what does it cost to build a rectangle and fill it full of liquid nitrogen and seal it up? Unbelievable, It's like paying, $200,000 for a cocktail. Very strange.
Wow.
Very strange.
I think we're just in the wrong business.
Yeah. But we have to start smaller. So when you die in the future coming up, everybody watching, if you would like to save maybe not, your entire body, but maybe your pecker.
Yeah. Or a little finger.
Yeah. We can sell you a jar for $45,000 that comes with the knife and the liquid and the jar.
And we'll just stick you in Dick's fridge.
Yeah. No. Get your wife to deal with it. It's not my problem. Man. And we'll do the research to figure out how to resurrect your prick.
Like the Fifth Element. You just get like a little prick out on a table, and you have all this machine comes in, rebuilds.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Oh yeah, Liam points out you still got to keep the liquid nitrogen cool or compressed, right? Yeah, so that's a thing too, and which is all why I don't believe that they would even do it. They would just compost you and take your money.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Yeah, they just take you down to the cat crematorium, just like. It's an Alsatian. Yeah, it's quite big for an Alsatian. Yeah, I must admit.
Yeah.
He came to us with no fur on either. It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah. These mutations in town. Geez, I'm not sure. We might have Commander McMillan jump in for a minute here.
No. Yeah. Stunned by your beds.
Okay, it went down to 40 degrees outside. I think we're in the clear soon.
No, that's our subscribers.
Oh,
you're mistaking your thermometer for Social Blade again.
Yeah. Oh God, that site. Yeah, so I guess we could use your help with sharing the channel out, where they're dropping like flies here.
Yeah. What we need is a wizard on the social medias. So we'll be sending out invitations to apply. Social media management.
You sound like a Ferrari dealer.
Because us two are so socially inept.
Yeah, useless.
We can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Yeah. I try. I just seem to be rubbish on social media. It's like, I put stuff out and nobody fucking notices.
I started a Twitter account in the beginning days of the whole Shills thing, and I had it in serious trouble and couldn't post or anything within like 30 days. It's like, this sucks.
That just sounds like you being you.
Yeah, Yeah. Hey man, I think I was arguing with some flat Earth jerk, and I think I told him to choke on his pizza or something, and causing bodily harm. Oh yeah. So you got misinformation being spewed all over the place, but calling him a cocksucker for it somehow gets me in shit. You know.
Yeah, no, that I used to get a lot of that on Facebook too. That's why I stopped arguing with the flat earthers, because you know they're such children and will like have you blocked on Facebook. And the thing was, you know, you can't like use Facebook to communicate with some people, and it's like, well, you've just taken that away from me. I can't even privately talk to people I'm linked to. And I just stopped that a long time ago. It's just pointless.
It got out of hand, right? And then I started doing the Shills account a while ago. It was like 3 years ago or whatever. And in like 30 days, I took it from a few followers up to a good number, but all the beeps and stuff on my phone and whatnot was just too much for my social anxiety issues. And there was no way I could keep it up. Not a chance.
Oh, I never switch on notifications.
Well, but you got to pay attention if you're doing social media. Otherwise, if you don't engage, the people don't, and it doesn't work, right? You know?
Well, I did say I wasn't very good at it.
Yeah.
No. So I don't have the note. Yeah, obviously I will, some time aside to do that thing. But yeah.
So I did it for like a month, and I was capable, but I'm just not capable of sustaining it. There was no way. It was driving me crazy, you know? But I'd never had a social media account before, right? I don't have a personal Facebook or anything like that, you know?
So what we need is a crazy person with the skin of a rhinoceros who can handle social media in our stead, in our name. Could you imagine it? The person have to be a psycho.
Totally, right? You know?
That's perfect for our audience.
I guess you're right there, you know. I guess you're right there. I just got to get the link up here. Hold on a second here. I got way too much shit in the go and not enough room to deal with it. All right, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, got it. I had to find the link. I got it stored somewhere, you know. So what's up now then? What do we got here?
Let's watch with Dick as he does stuff on the internet.
Doing stuff and things. Mostly things. Okay. Everything will make sense in 1 minute here. All right. So let's see. We should have McMillan in a second. We had an issue with Max or something there. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah. Said something to me in the chat, and it's all foreign. KSC.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
QSCQC.
Say
yeah, that's what's his name? David Byrne, the Talking Heads.
Okay.
Yeah, Psycho Killer.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Now get it. Jesus Christ. It's worse with our audience are smarter than us.
It happens a lot.
We should be watching you. You guys should be on the show. We're just sitting back and watching you instead.
Yeah, there was a dude on a Toronto TV station. He used to say, "I'm watching you, watching me on City TV." It was pretty funny.
What did you say that was from? I've heard that somewhere.
City TV, Toronto.
I'm very much sure I have not seen CNET Toronto, but I've heard that somewhere before.
Okay.
Somebody else probably heard it and go, I'm stealing that.
Yeah. It's clever. It's clever. Let's see if we can get Commander into his whole bubble and everything properly here.
Step inside, love.
He seems to be having an issue joining. He's coming in slow, so we'll give it a second here.
More lube.
Oh, what's it doing? It doesn't seem to be liking something. I don't know what's going on.
Is he coming in on a Boeing Starliner?
It could be. It's having issues. Oh, he's out. He's going to try again in a second here. We'll see.
Yeah. Helium leak.
Oh, man. That's funny. Well, we'll see what happens here. I need to get a beer, so I'll leave you in charge, and we'll see what he can figure out. Okay, hold on.
Well, I can't help him if from here.
That's true.
Yeah. he says with his puppy eyes and just like fucks up. Not my problem. Your problem now. Oh. Yeah. Okay. I'm not much I can do about that. Yeah. Liam Wakefield says the commander who came in from the rain. Is it raining outside? I don't think it's raining. Hot hail, maybe.
Yeah. What's her name?
Now? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Oh, the what's his name? Santana song. Yeah.
Yeah. It says translated : and then he must have hit return and not put the translation in.
Helpful. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, come over. All right. Well, I'm good for about 25 minutes.
25 seconds.
Sometimes.
Actually, I'm not having a stroke. I'm leaning over to top up my drink, okay? So nobody call 911 or anything like that.
Yeah. I'd have to sit on something pointy to make my face do that, dude.
Oh, is that what causes it? I've always wondered.
Yeah. The mild one you do, that's when the doctor snaps the glove. And the major one you do, that's when he, decides to go in and say hi to Mr. Happy.
No, the worst thing is when you don't hear the snap of the glove, you just hear the zzz of his trousers. Are you sure that's your finger, doctor?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, doc, back off. This ain't no fucking social call. I don't remember getting lunch first. What the hell?
No, should we always have a proctology exam by a female doctor, because at least it makes it more interesting.
I'm just not sure on that. It really doesn't matter who's fishing around in the backside. It's not the game I want to play. That's just
fishing. Ever since we did that eel story, it's just fish with you in the bum, isn't it?
Well, hey, it's a ladder I'm not willing to scale.
Yeah, herring. What about oysters up there?
With this herring.
Yeah, I won't have an eel up my arse, but a few cockles maybe. But,
Oh God. We'll have to do our own version of that Eddie Murphy song, "Boogie in Your Butt."
Oh, I still haven't seen that yet. You posted it to us.
Yeah, I put it in the general chat there. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
Oh, I loved Eddie Murphy when he was
On drugs and funny.
Yeah, when he was not when he was when he was not Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, his first stand-up solo one, Delirious, in my mind is still one of the funniest comedic moments ever.
Where did he come from? Because that's one thing.
Saturday Night Live.
Was he? Yeah, I was going to say, was he on Saturday Night Live? Because I've never seen him on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, he did Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood and Gumby and Pokey and a few. He kind of took over as the star, and then Hollywood was like, leave and we'll give you movies. And he was like, yes, you will, you know.
Yeah. And he did well. And he was great. I mean, I got to say, he was great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
48 Hours. And
even that stupid Golden Child movie isn't bad. It's stupid, but it's not bad.
Can't remember much about it. It was like a low rent version of the other one with what's his name, Snake Plissken. What was that one? Not Chinatown. What was it called?
I don't
know. Escape from Chinatown.
No, Escape New York.
No, but the one with all the strange shit happening. Oh God,
I don't think I've seen it.
You know that people are calling out that Donald Trump has got cognitive problems.
I believe it.
I think I need to see the same doctor.
I've known that for a long time.
I'm having so much trouble. Big trouble in Little China. Thank you so much, Liam Wakefield.
That's one I haven't seen, so don't ruin it for me because I do intend to watch that in life.
Oh yeah, well, it was only made in the 1980s, so you know. I think it's about time you watched it. It's not going to get any better with age. It's not like a fine wine.
No, but when it first came out, and for the longest time, I thought it was just some buddy cop movie. I didn't understand that there was anything cool in it. It was only in the last 10 years that I've heard, oh no, it's much more than that. You know,
I'm not. Mark Schneider says it's a classic. I'm not entirely sure. It's one. It's of its time, shall we say? But Golden Child is very much like a low rent version of that, which is kind of strange because it probably cost exactly the same amount of money.
Yeah. No, they tried to get Eddie Murphy to be a real actor, and after that movie, they were like, "Well, so much for that. Let's go back to the comedy stuff." You know?
Yeah.
You know. He needed more time in Hollywood to develop as an actor before, because I mean, come on, he was just a comedian that stumbled into, being there, right?
I mean, he did some great stuff. I mean, Flubber.
That was funny.
He did really well with. I mean, he did Flubber too, which was a mistake probably. But he also played. But he also played the old white dude in the barbershop.
Oh my God, the barbershop of Coming to America is one of the almost ultimate moments, man.
Well, hang on, am I getting that confused? Did he play the old white man in Coming to America? Is that when it was like caked in makeup?
Yeah. He plays the Jewish guy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Right? And Arsenio Hall plays one of the guys in there, and then Eddie Murphy plays the other guy as well.
Hang on. Robin Williams was in Flubber. Okay, so it wasn't Flubber. What was the
Dr. Doolittle or something? No, not the animal one. The guy, because Eddie Murphy was in a movie where he would get small and big, he was a fat guy, and then he'd become this cool suave guy.
Liam Wakefield again. He's on the button. Yeah. He's helping out the cognitive.
Liam Wakefield's the only one that knows how to use a keyboard around here, right? We all try to figure it out, right?
Right. Okay. Liam Wakefield. Okay. Send Liam Wakefield the link. He's coming in. I'm fucking off. I'm going to say goodnight. And
Liam.
He's got the job. He's got the job.
Yeah. Well,
this is like the last Starfighter. This was all a test. Uh, this is all a test to find the next host of the shows. And Liam Wakefield, you just won. So we're going to send you out to battle some aliens. So
what's the modern movie that rewrote the premise of The Last Starfighter, but did it in a completely different way?
Oh, I should know this,
right?
I should know this, but I've obviously proven the fact that I've got no cognitive abilities anymore.
Yeah. I think I said that properly to give you a chance to figure it out.
The thing is, my brain is tickling. I've got a little tingle back here somewhere, and it's going, I know what this is. I know what it is. And the rest of the brain going, oh, shut the fuck up, buddy. I'm not listening to you. I'm waiting for Liam Wakefield to come up with the answers.
I bet you'll go, oh, good call when I do say it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I know it. I know it.
Somewhere where, it's all, a simulation and,
Looks nice. Says 1917.
I haven't seen it. And I haven't seen The Navigator either. They're on my, haven't seen Airbender either. My call for that is Ender's Game.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because he doesn't even know that he just destroyed them. He thinks he's in the last simulation and he does it, right?
Yes. And then it all goes a bit weird where he goes to the planet to reparations and all that kind of stuff.
I expected it to end like, okay, it's, and then all of a sudden that I wonder if that was tacked on because,
I didn't expect it to end. I didn't expect it to end. I just wanted it to end.
Yeah. It was an amazingly good movie.
Yeah, but that's why it was called Ender's Game, because the fucking thing never ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I liked certain elements of it, and I thought it was very, very clever. But there was a lot of stuff that was just like,
I was quite happy with it all the way through. Thought it was really good.
I felt it was a kind of a little bit Harry Potter in space sort of
never
thing.
Because Harry Potter.
I know you've never seen any bloody movie. There's no point talking to you about movies. And you should give me a list of give me a list of the 4 movies that you've seen, and I can talk about them. As soon as I mentioned another movie, you go, I haven't seen it. And
I've seen more than 4. There's just a difference. You and I both watch movies, but I watch good ones.
Fuck off. No. The reason I bring up Harry Potter is because I always thought that Ender's Game was always kind of like everything was like episodic. Every scene was just like an episode where he does this thing to do a thing to move on to the next scene. And I know I always thought that Harry Potter was always like that. It was just like goes from scene to scene to scene, with a very, very loose thread of a plot that strings it all together like a pearl necklace across your back.
A pearl necklace. ZZ Top, man.
Now, if they were in Harry Potter, that would have been interesting.
There's a clip you can find on the internet. Johnny Carson show. It was posted about a year ago, I think, but it's from way back in the day. The first time ZZ Top ever played live on television, it was the 1984 or whatever when ZZ Top Eliminator came out, and they played on Johnny Carson, and it's not good. They started playing Sharp Dressed Man, and he plays the and that is 2 different guitars playing that riff, but you can play it as one guitar player. But after the first time, he just gives up on the and he just plays the other part. Then he sings the first line, right? Then he sings the first line, and then he stops and he waits 16 bars of music, and he again starts the verse. And now the band that are kind of doing the horns, Carson always had his band, they're lost and they have to regroup and reshuffle and figure it out. And he wasn't playing the chords right, and what's his name, Dusty, I think it was on Bay. It was awful, and I couldn't believe it because I've seen ZZ Top play amazing live, and that wasn't the moment. They must have been just wasted or something, man.
Yeah. The house band were going, oh, this is not how we did a rehearsal. But between rehearsal and now, they've been in the green room. Just Jack Daniels. Yeah, big stogie. War.
That's not oregano you smell, you idiot. You know.
But I'll have it on my pizza.
Yeah. But I do believe that because it was like, live on television and being recorded and stuff, I think that their preparation before the show was off and wrong, and they were off their game. And did they have their sound people doing the monitoring right? Maybe he couldn't even hear himself, and that's why he paused. And, he might have made like a stage cue to like turn that shit up. There's lots of things, right? But it wasn't good.
Didn't they have like major technical fuck ups on the Olympics or something with Lady Gaga? Lady Gaga.
And one of her dancers fell off the stage and the whole bit. I know.
Yeah. Well, they're using the blind ones again. Never use the blind dancers. That's not a good idea.
Equal opportunities for people is great and all, but not when there's cliffs. Right? You wouldn't bring R2-D2 over to your house and then proceed to show him the stairs, right?
I would just to spite him.
Yeah.
No, he's got the Rocket Sisters.
But he didn't originally.
Then he'll set the banisters and the wall on fire, and I'll be like fucking really pissed off. And I'll turn him into a pedal bin.
I did think it was funny in the third proper film when he was a bartender or a waiter, a waitress, whatever. I don't know. Is R2-D2 male, female, or?
Oh, they're gay. It's a gay relationship. You should know that by now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I always thought it was funny that R2-D2 is an astromech droid, and he's basically for maintenance.
Right.
Yet, having said that, they also seem to have like a serving dispensing tray thing that fits astromechs on the barge. Just so happened to be there. It's just like no logic whatsoever.
No.
We're going to take logic and kick it out the window.
Well, why would you have something that's meant to repair and fix things that doesn't have proper limbs and just little pointy things that pop out now and then and stuff? It makes no sense, right?
Yeah, R2 fix things. Fix this thing. Have you got any spanners? No, but I've got a little prod that goes out and sticks into a little circly thing, and then that's how you fix things around here.
But if you can make C-3PO talk, why don't you make R2-D2 talk so C-3PO could just go do something else? Because really, his only job is to translate R2-D2.
Yeah, well, you're just being racist now. He was a DEI hire. Just because he can't talk properly, you shouldn't shame him for that.
Yeah, and in the first movie when the red R2-D2 guy has his motivator blow, a motivator, is that not like the thing that makes
controls your fate?
Yeah,
and it's in his head.
Yeah.
Why has he got his motivator in his head? The motivator should be on the fate.
Right? But the whole idea of a motivator is just a little bit slavery, You will do what I tell you because of this.
Oh yeah, they put restraining bolts on them as well.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's my robot, but I'm going to put shackles on him. So he can't run away.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're small. You won't run away. I'll take this restraining bolt off you. The first moment he fucks off.
Yeah. I know.
Where did he go? Well, you took the restraining bolt off of me, fucking idiot.
And then C3PO says, well, he's not functioning very well. But only like a day ago, he said, oh, top notch, sir. Real bargain, you know?
Yeah, brilliant. You fucking liar.
So now you're a liar. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Never going to believe any of the shit you say again.
Yeah.
Translating, you're just making it up.
And no wonder the Lord of Evil built you, you know?
He said he speaks 6 million languages, and someone goes, we go, oh, it says, oh, Mr. Luke, Master Luke, you're a fine person. I love you so much. No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that at all. You're lying. You're lying to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
No logic. It's so funny because if Star Wars came out now, you know, the actual Star Wars, and then you showed it to Star Wars fans, and imagine that they've never seen Star Wars before, just everything that's come afterwards. You just show them Star Wars. God, the internet would just go wild. Yeah, it's just like, oh, what is this shit? Doesn't make any fucking sense. They would hate it. It would be trashed. It would be literally like, you know, 1 star on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. They'd hate it.
It's like that whole rose-tinted goggles thing. The lore and everything about it is, you know, very attractive. And when you go back and watch Star Wars and Empire, they're awesome. And Jedi's okay. But most people agree that everything else after just gets worse and worse and worse. And there's some on the internet now literally referring to Star Wars as a dead IP, like intellectual property, right?
Yeah. The thing is, the first three films.
You know what's going to happen, though? Let me just finish that thought. Is the unthinkable will happen in the next few years. They will announce a Star Wars reboot. And they'll simply go back and make the original movies again.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. Well, they did. Episodes 7, 8, and 9. No, they probably did reboot it. I don't know.
They will.
I don't know. I'm not too sure. It has been said lots of times, and so a lot of people said it's probably the best way to do it. But the thing is, the first 3 films don't actually make any sense. Not really. You know, if you get down to the nitty gritty, there's a lot of plot holes in it, and it's just a fantasy. What happened is in the years after that, is people tried to make sense of it and create this lore. And it's holding itself back now. That's why I say if the first one came out now, they'd hate it because it doesn't fit all the lore that's now been generated ever since.
But if you did a reboot, you could fix all of those little things, right?
Because that's why it would be shit.
Well, maybe not. I mean, there's been times when things have been rebooted and it's awful, but there's been a few times when things have been rebooted and it worked very well. One case in point would be the band Whitesnake in the 80s. Hear me out here. But Love Ain't No Stranger and a few of those other songs, David Coverdale released them years before as like soft blues rock songs in the band. They're old songs that were just redressed for the 80s, right? And they were, huge hits, right?
Yeah, but it's a fucking lot easier to reboot a band and music than it is a movie franchise because, that's called, covers. Anybody could do a cover of a song, and it's essentially a reboot.
I know. I mean, you've got to change the style because some of these songs did not sound the way they do now. It's not just new guitars; they reworked the song, right?
Yeah.
But the the idea like a Star Wars reboot, if you could fix the lore, get the right people to act it out, and don't go over the top for too much action, like those Chris Pine Star Trek movies did a bit,
God.
and but that's the whole thing. Once you decide you're going to reboot to fix a few things, do you end up with George Lucas doing all this digital editing that didn't need to be done? Do you end up with somebody who actually enjoys the property and they respect it and try to bring it to a new generation, multi-generations later, or what? You know what I mean? I don't see Disney as somebody who could do it right. That's the problem. They will go for the money, right?
There are things where people have done it right. I would say Rogue One was a really good Star Wars.
I like that one. I agree. Yeah.
It felt like Star Wars, and in the same way is if you pick that film apart, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. And also Andor. I know you started watching a bit of Andor and you got bored. And
I forgot to do that again. Good reminder.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. I really like Andor. It's slow and it's smart. And I liked that because it was like for me, it was like Star Wars grown up. A lot of people hated it because there wasn't enough lightsabers and shit in there.
It doesn't need, sci-fi doesn't need to be all action, right?
Well, one thing that pisses me off about Star Wars is, in the current form is they seem to think that everything has to center around the Jedi.
Right.
No.
Well, except the Mandalorian.
Oh, hang on. No, they still had a Jedi in that.
No, but it centers around Mandalorians by far.
Oh,
right.
Well, actually, that pissed me off too because the Mandalorians is a stupid fucking thing anyway. That doesn't make any sense.
That is the way.
This is the way.
I really, really enjoyed the first season of The Mandalorian. Second one was okay, but there was this weird thing where at the end of the first season, little Yoda takes off with, I won't spoil it for you if you haven't watched it and you intend to, but season 2 starts and the Mandalorian and little Yoda, Grogu, whatever, are going off to do something. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I got on the internet. I'm like, did I miss something? No, that's just how it is. Okay, then.
Just keep the partnership going.
Yeah. It's like, dude, we're selling a lot of toys. Season 2,
Yeah. Well, actually, they were selling a lot of Grogu toys.
That's what I meant. Yeah. Oh, fuck. I got one right there.
That's me.
Yeah. I got one right there.
Baby me.
I didn't buy it, though. It was given to my son, and he didn't really give a shit, so I put it there.
Send it to me. And I don't give a shit either. I'd go in the bin.
Felix looked at it, and he was like, that's not Yoda. He didn't care. He's never, It was funny.
But even Yoda was like recast through the entire series. We went to the CG one, it looked nothing like him. They go to a puppet one, looked nothing like the original. It's just like he's been all over the place. It's like when they recast another person into a role onto a TV show and just hope nobody notices.
Yeah. I think it's funny when the show acknowledges that they've done that, like the second movie for Iron Man, when the roadie character walks in and they show him from behind, and then he turns to talk to Iron Man. He says, look, I'm here. It's weird. Deal with it. Or whatever, something like that. Right. But, it was funny. Or back in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, when they had the new mom character step in. They totally did it, pointed it out, right? Yeah, that was funny. Turns out the first mom from Fresh Prince and Will Smith had some big beef for years. I think that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing something about that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I think she wasn't too happy about being like a serious actress and having some punk rapper kid get paid like 3 times as much as her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be a story of Will Smith's life, really, isn't it? It's like, I'm starring next to Will Smith. Yeah, I'm getting the same amount as him that he gets paid during his lunch break.
Yeah, exactly. I used to always say, as long as Will Smith is making $20 million a movie, I'm not paying to see it. There's no way.
Well, let's be fair. You don't pay to say any fucking movie. So
no. Felix and I go to the theater.
Oh yeah. What do you like sneak in the back door when?
I hate it because I can't just pop out for a cigarette or something without it being a nightmare.
You can't afford to go to the cinema these days.
It's not cheap, that's for sure. But luckily Felix doesn't like pop and stuff, right?
Oh Jesus Christ! You need a bank loan before you go to the concession stand.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I'd like some popcorn. How much popcorn you like? 1, please.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That would be $5.
Oh, you want a whole box and buttered? Sir better drop his pants and bend over. Yeah, it's crazy. And then when you see the budgets of the movies and the lifestyles of everybody at the top of this whole process, I'm sorry, but I just don't feel like going and spending that much,
Yeah. Well, it's like you talk about, bums on seats and all the names, because they have to have the big names to sell the film, apparently. And it's like, well, actually,
it does work. So
actually, the cost of your lead actor is the same as the entire visual effects budget for the 4,000 people who are going to make you look good. It just doesn't equate. It doesn't make sense.
I agree. It's unsustainable. It's too much, right? And then you look, and some of the greatest, one of my favorite movies of all times is Reservoir Dogs. And you could make that movie for about $150,000 as long as the people you got are actually good actors, right?
I don't know how much they made it for. They probably did make it for $150,000. I'm
figuring that was it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Totally, man. Totally.
Yeah.
Well, so Commander McMillan is having computer issues, right? Yeah. What's going on is he's got a decent Intel
Mac.
Yeah. But it's got a mechanical drive that is dying. And so I'm going to walk him through getting an SSD in there and restoring things. Yeah.
Not now.
No.
Not live on the show tonight.
No. But, all he has to do is spend $60 on a Samsung 8 whatever Evo drive, put it in there, boom, it'll be fine. No need of running out and getting a brand new system. It's got a decent quad-core Intel chip. It'll be fine. So, what is it now? 1:59, eh? Almost 2 hours here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Time to cut the cord.
We're getting there, I have to eat after, but it looks like I'm going to be free tonight. So after I do some munching and stuff, I might jump back into the Discord and see if anybody wants to hang out for a bit. But after eating and stuff, I might just get lackadaisic and just, sit around. So we'll see. I don't know.
just go to Discord and fall asleep on that instead.
It's been done. It's been done. You can always tell I'm close because I turn the camera off. That's when I'm eating, and then I start getting tired after it. I'm like, I'll wake up at 2 a.m. and look at the screen and go, oh shit, I'm the only one. Yeah, I'll get out of here now. Yeah. So let's see. Tomorrow is Annette's show Beyond the Headlines.
It's all bloody backwards this weekend.
Yeah, we really screwed the pooch. My fault, but what are you going to do?
It's all his fault.
Yeah, we were like out riding tilt-a-whirl and teacups and stuff fair in town today and everything, you know?
Yeah.
And then after Annette's show, about an hour after, will be Ukraine update tomorrow. So I've got it posted right now for noon Pacific, which would be 10 p.m. Ukraine time, 3 p.m. Eastern. But it might go an hour back from that because Annette's guest might be a little bit late and her show might go late. So as such, we're just going to juggle it and see what happens, right?
Oh, if you're that late, you might see me there.
Yeah, that's it could actually happen. So you would have not one, but two blowhards talking bullshit with, so.
And me.
You're 3 blowhards onto yourself if I count your testicles.
I haven't blown hard in a long time.
Yeah, they blow and blow and blow, and they puff out and cough and lay on the floor waiting for paramedics. So let's see here. Consumer advice.
Yes. Don't get yourself frozen in a popsicle cryogenic thing because you'll be scammed.
Yeah, you're just going to end up as compost. Don't do that. And always use Listerine when gargling balls because then that way you'll come out crystal clean. Is that
why don't you just like spread mint sauce over the balls?
Oh, like lamb.
Yeah. Oh, I want roast lamb now. and sucking on a lamb's bollocks is not lamb.
So the point of this show is how to use mint sauce properly.
Yes.
Learn it, live it. Big thanks to our team here. We've got, Annette was here, but she's not now. She had to do some things and, remember, hit the Shills website, theshills.org. Hit the fundraiser thing up at the top. We've got a GoFundMe going for Annette because we've got to get her out of Tornado Alley before, Tornado Alley does her.
We got to set up a new dominatrix, maison.
So we got a thing going on. Go and visit that. We've also got our NAFO 69 fundraiser with the Portuguese battalion of the NAFO 69 Sniffing Brigade. And you can find that on our fundraisers tab or link, whatever you call it, on the site as well. So theshills.org. Very easy. Get yourself there.
NANA says, don't use coconut oil with your sex toys. or deep heat.
Yeah. And don't leave it laying on the beach after, seriously, clean up your mess. We've got Shayna to thank on the Shills account tonight, so big hearts there. And we've got Liam Wakefield and Super Chat Matt helping us on the team as well. So thanks, everybody.
Yeah. And NANA.
Yes. Oh, NANA.
No. So don't forget to hit like on the way out. I'm going to do that right now. So you better do the fucking same. And as we're saying, don't forget to share us out because we got to get these numbers up because we're getting bored of just seeing such small, a lovely, loyal, and glorious group that you are. But
share it out, everybody.
Share it out because I want a new house.
Yeah, and we won't be all douche and take you on a tour of it and show you what we're gonna do and stuff and blah blah.
Yeah, we'll go full on Mr. Beast and just be a complete arsehole.
Yeah.
Fake shit. Yeah. So anyway, what was I say? Yeah, don't forget to share us out, and don't forget come back tomorrow for a next show, and the Ukraine update, and that should be interesting because there's been a lot happening.
Yeah. How many submarines can you fit on the bottom of the Crimean Sea?
A lot.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Good night. Stay chilly. Kissy kisses.
And if you find yourself on an island, don't be your own Gilligan. Take care, everybody.
I've got nothing to say to that. Get out of here.